Go get the strap.
Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to a special video. Actually was shot out at the Litecoin Summit in California. Nice fireside chat with Money Badger, SV Blockchain. Really cool cat. We had fun with him. It was me, Patrick Corsino, and my man Cryptosomniac. So check it out, people. Holla. All right, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and I'm here at the Litecoin Summit, having fun out here in Cali. I'm just excited to be here, come all the way from Detroit. I'm just excited about cryptocurrencies, the evolution of it, and it really just brings a lot of people together from all walks of life. And, you know, it's just really educating people on what real money is. And so that's what I like about it. It gives the control back to the people. And that's what we're all, you know, here trying to do at the Litecoin Summit. Spread adoption and get people to check it out.
I'm Jason from Cryptosomniac, based in Los Angeles, and also obviously up at the Litecoin Summit. We got invited to come up and speak on a panel particularly about adoption, which is something that I think is very important, because ultimately there's still a number of people that aren't even aware what cryptocurrency is or that it even exists, let alone understand how to use it and why it's valuable. So we primarily just try to get out and educate the public on what it is, why it's a great hedge against the fiat banking system, and what gives it its intrinsic value.
All right. What's up, guys? My name is Patrick, just from Patrick Corsino is my YouTube. We're here at the Litecoin Summit, like everyone already said. Excited to spread the message. Tomorrow we have a panel speaking about, I think specifically YouTube is the one I'm going to be talking about, YouTube in the space. And I mean, just like he mentioned, it's a great, it's the perfect place to spread awareness and spread, like, help people understand what's actually going on. And there's a lot of bad information out there, and I think being able to have your voice on YouTube, being able to put out quality videos, if you know what you're talking about. Obviously everyone knows we've been through a period where a lot of people didn't know what they were talking about, but if you know what you're talking about, you help people learn, you know, the things they should know, like the information that's important to know. So yeah.
Without giving away too much of our talk on the panel tomorrow, we could get into a little bit of, you know, what do you guys?
Talk about our ride over here. We all actually rode in an Uber together.
Yes, that's
all three of us rode in an Uber. So interesting little kind of conversation we had with the Uber guy, and he didn't even know what crypto was. And this is a guy, he's, you know, he looks like he's educated. You know, he's in Silicon Valley. He had a nice car. He had a BMW. I'm a Benz person myself, actually Audi, but but he didn't even know what cryptocurrencies were. He's heard of Bitcoin. Yep. He knew what Bitcoin was, but that kind of just lets you know we're still in the very early stages, and we got a lot of work to do. And it's important that you have people that know what they're talking about and spreading the word of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And not BitConnect, you know, cryptos is not BitConnect. So
why did you get started in it?
Why did I? Wow. So my background is FX, trading futures and foreign exchange, and also I have a technical background. So when I saw the concept of Bitcoin on Zero Hedge 5.5 years ago now, it just clicked right away. I literally went that night to CVS and purchased Bitcoin through BitInstant, through Charlie Shrim's. So that started my journey, and it's just been a hell of a ride. Yeah.
Yeah. So what got me into crypto? Like many, I got into Ether very, very early. And, you know, I had known what Bitcoin was since 2008, but I thought, why buy game credits for a game I don't play? And I didn't really understand what it truly was. I just thought it was, you know, game credit type money. Did very well with Ethereum throughout the end of 2016, early 2017. And, you know, I'm not one of those people that goes, oh, I just made a bunch of money, so I should just let that happen. I was like, why did this happen? I need to figure out more about it. And started really looking into the underlying technology and just became fascinated with, I mean, the blockchain is truth, right? It is truth. And it's the potential for it to change the way that the world functions now for the masses. I think the potential is huge. So I had to do my part to try to help spread the word.
Yeah, so I think my story is a little bit different. So I've always really been interested in like the financial side of things, investing. And I was like 10, or probably not even 10, like in 2000, I was like 2 or like 3 when I was supposed to invest in Amazon. I could have invested in stuff like that and ridden that wave. That to me was a very obvious path that things were headed to. So when I heard about cryptocurrency and I started doing my own research about, you know, what exactly Bitcoin is, what it does, what it's meant to be, to me it made perfect sense that, you know, this is the investment I'm supposed to make. Yeah, that's basically my story of how I got into it.
All right. So then, with this, again, we're going to be talking about adoption tomorrow. But just in a nutshell, without getting too far out into the weeds, guys, what do you think? Just top 3 things that are going to help bring more adoption or more awareness to the space.
Well, one for sure. Ironically enough, I think stable coins will. Yeah, I actually think stable coins will.
I gotta challenge you on that. Now, is there such a thing as a stable coin? I mean, the USD isn't stable long term; it's lost most of its value.
Okay,
so how can you have? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna have a stable coin? Is that a true thing?
Okay, the name maybe not represent, you know, stability, but it's pegged to a fiat currency, and I think people don't know what the new system is, so they need something that looks like it. So that's what stable coins will help them transition into cryptocurrencies, in my opinion.
Why wouldn't you peg it to a commodity? Peg it to gold, peg it to silver.
What's up, man? Because we run into the same issue. I have to now trust a third party to, you know, ensure that hold the asset. So that's why, you know, I think, hey Heidi, that's why I think, yes, he does. I need a camera like this. This guy's got a crazy camera. Oh, okay, cool. So yeah.
Some Litecoin candy. Like I paid 50 cents for some candy.
With Litecoin?
Yeah, with Litecoin.
I actually have some Litecoin I need to get rid of.
So
Dispenser that you
I
pay.
saw it over there. I was wondering.
yeah, so that's why, man. I think commodity-based cryptocurrencies are going to be challenging. You're going to run into the same counterparty risk, in my opinion. Ultimately, maybe not at the onset, but at some point down the line, you know, there may be some funny money going on there. Rehypothecation is what they call it.
Well, so to that point, that's a concern I have, particularly with Tether. I mean, there's a number of stable coins on the market, but the fact that Tether will not let an auditor come in and actually verify the fact that there is $1 for every Tether, and then they continue to thank God the Tether printer, because when the Tether printer happens, generally the price of Bitcoin does better. But there's no way to verify. If they won't have an independent auditor, there's no way to verify whether or not this actually exists. So at the end of the day, everybody could go in a market crash into Tether, and then everything falls out from underneath it. So
the stable coin, yeah, Tether's probably not a good example of a stable coin, but there will be one stable coin at some point that will help bridge that gap, I think. Maybe not Bitcoin, Ben.
But why? Why would we want to link it to a fiat currency? The whole thing is to advance, to go beyond fiat currencies, to have all the properties of Bitcoin. So isn't it going backwards?
I think, like he was saying, it's an easy way to bridge it. I think you're not going to jump right into something like adoption is not going to happen by trying to force something all the way to like the end goal. Right. It's going to have to come in pieces, and like we talked about having rules and stuff like that. It's going to come first. It's going to be a step into getting people more confident in it and getting people, you know, just comfortable using it, and then we can continue and, you know, try and get to where we want to get at the end.
Yeah, people aren't going to, you know, if they're comfortable with fiat currency right now and they don't see a problem with it, what makes you think they're going to jump over to such a different system right away? So it's extreme. It's extreme.
The problem is eventually you're going to see a problem with the fiat currency. Throughout history, all fiat currencies have failed. And what do they have? Like a 30-year time horizon on most historical measures.
Sure, 40 years,
so I mean, if you're in Venezuela, if you're in Zimbabwe, a lot of these countries, their currencies have failed, and it's only a matter of time till the others do. So what do you think about that?
I can speak to that.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Ooh, careful. So I think, that's honestly, I think that's the real reason that brings Bitcoin value, right? We've only got 21 million Bitcoin that will ever be created. X amount of them have already been lost or burned, and there's the ones that are in Satoshi's wallet that are never going anywhere. So that is going to provide a little bit of intrinsic value because of the limited availability, which is a nice hedge against the dollar. But I think specifically what you're saying is there's got to be bridges, right? Yeah,
Gradient thing. Yeah,
right.
Like
it's
a binary event where everyone just goes fiat crypto.
Well, this kind of goes to what we were talking about in the car on the way up here, is that, it's for these options, like there are already options that are working for the majority of people, and if they're whether they are actually or not, they have the perception that they are working for them, and so unless they are feeling the pain bad enough to they're laying on the pokey nail till it hurts to get up off the nail and do something about it. But I think by and large, just the majority of people aren't really aware of how badly they're being.
There's not a pain point, right?
Right.
There's no pain point.
It's
Right.
probably gonna come. Like I think eventually, when people start realizing, like when we start getting the financial crash stuff like that, people usually open their eyes more towards that time. So it was like a long time to do, like before what happened in 08, right? Before what happened then. People didn't really care. People didn't really realize what was going on until it happened. Yeah, until they ran into the issue, and then they looked for what was going wrong. So it's probably going to end up being the same thing.
We need that trigger event for crypto.
Everyone's waiting basically at this point. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when it happens.
So I guess that's something we should talk about too. In the event of a dollar crash, right? Imagine if the dollar does crash. Obviously Bitcoin provides a good hedge against the dollar because of its manufactured scarcity, etc. But do we think that the entire market crashes, everybody immediately goes to crypto from there? Or again, what do you think on that?
So my scenario with the dollar crash actually looks similar to what we have right now. Venezuela, all of the other currencies the fiat currencies are going to crash against the dollar. I think we're going to see a stronger dollar initially, as we're seeing, and then eventually we'll see the dollar collapse and we transition. Almost like, I don't know if you guys follow Jim Willie. But Jim Willie talks about that the dollar basically doing a melt up, it's just and then it crashes. So I think that's what's going to happen, man. That's what it looks like to me. The other fiat currencies around the world crashing against the dollar, because really we export our problems, and so we're seeing our problems expressed in these other countries. So it'll come back home to roost.
That's very accurate, that we export our problems. I think a lack of manufacture, what we manufacture in America is ideas.
Right.
We make great ideas here, and that's all we do anymore. We don't make anything else. So,
Here he comes.
I gotta question you on that, though. We've moved to a new state of the economy. Aren't ideas the most valuable thing we have? Ideas are what value's all about. It's not about taking over someone's land anymore. We're a digital economy, and that's where the real value's at.
Ideas without execution are wishes.
Perfect. Couldn't agree more. That's basically what I was going to say. I was like, the idea is the first part, but you have to have the execution after that. Very well said.
I'm struggling for a comeback on that one. You nailed it, but it's still the ideas with execution. All right.
All right, there you go.
Yeah. Ultimately, you're correct, but we've given so many of our problems away to the world and given them a way to prop up their GDP, and ultimately we're not making anything here anymore. So we're even exporting our resources away. And the only thing that we import anymore is it's every good, and then we're just importing people that have more good ideas so that we can sell those ideas back to the rest of the world. Again, it's extracting value from the economy without making it good for everybody.
Absolutely.
And it's a zero-sum game.
Yeah, and also a real he's got a hoodie on. Gucci gang, baby. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Oh no. That's good B-roll material there. So the thing is, like a real country's wealth is through something we make, like widgets. We got to make something again. I think we just need to do that.
Yeah, again, I think ideas without execution are great, but ultimately execution is what's going to be the main part. And again, we just need to have. Yeah, we need to have. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. I'm just rambling at this point.
I forgot what we were talking about. But the final words?
Final words.
I'm excited for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the panel tomorrow. I guess we'll share more information.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking forward to speaking more about adoption again. I was trying not to get into my entire rant during this one, so tune in tomorrow. Holla.
Hey, I'm Dennett. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to us on YouTube.